Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and yeah, if you're wondering why part of me is looking a little bit messed up as we speak, I just literally got done with, of course, my latest podcast recording that I was a part of for sure, hence why I think part of course, mainly I think most of my hair, and I think it looks like pretty much parts of my room is looking a bit of a mess as we speak, but don't worry, I'll get it all cleaned up for sure, and yeah, I think that's what I could say on that front, and of course, the second thing I want to say right now, I must ask, how was your Thanksgiving? Yeah, quite an interesting one for sure, so yeah, hope you actually enjoyed that, and I know I was going to, but unfortunately I had a bit of a stomach bug scare for a second, so I pretty much spent Thanksgiving at home completely sick and everything, but I'm all better now, so no big deal, of course, that up front, so. But hey, now that Thanksgiving is already out of the way, and it looks like we're already pretty much as we speak, it looks like November is starting to come to a close, and we're already getting ourselves ready for a December as we speak. So really excited for that. I think it makes sense to finally get right on to talking about this latest movie that I had the privilege to go see earlier today, and boy, I've not only been anticipating this since earlier this year, but I guess ever since it first got announced for sure, and well, it looks like I'm here to officially talk about it for today, so yeah, if you can't already tell as we speak, yeah, I've been anticipating this for some time, and boy, it looks like it's time to officially talk about the latest movie from pretty much the House of Mouse themselves, which is, of course, well, Disney, so yeah, I guess it is no big surprise, of course, that front, I guess for this year, yeah, I guess it is quite obvious that Disney is, of course, celebrating their 100th anniversary as we speak, so yeah, I guess, quite frankly, for the company to actually be around for a century now is quite interesting from what I can gather for sure, so yeah, and of course, in terms of this year, they really celebrated their century for sure. But I guess in terms of what they've actually put out for this year, yeah, it's surprisingly up and down as we speak. I mean, technically we did get some good stuff for sure, like of course Elemental, which I thought was actually really good, and I did kinda like the live-action Little Mermaid remake for sure. Well, not fully, just kinda liked it, so. But most of the other times, pretty much the stuff they've actually put out are, of course, mixed for sure, but not for the right reasons from what I can gather, so yeah. I guess, quite frankly, Disney has got a lot of fixing up to do as we speak, for sure, but yeah. But I can't deny for the fact that they've actually been, for them to celebrate exactly 100 years of course, what they've actually put out is actually quite amazing, especially sharing that same milestone with, of course, Warner Brothers. Wow, I guess it's quite interesting that Disney and Warner Brothers somehow decided to take note on both pretty much Paramount and Universal 11 years ago when they have their 100th anniversary celebrations around that time, so quite interesting. They've actually came a long way for sure, so yeah, if it was actually quite intentional, good for them, I guess, so. But that's not what I'm talking about. I think I might as well talk about this latest film Disney actually put out, and well, I guess it is quite obvious that it's been a long time coming, and, well, we've actually been through their live-action films, one massive epic return from Pixar, so I think it's about time that we finally come full circle and actually delve back into, well, their original animated films for sure, so yeah. I guess it is quite obvious, of course, that front that I always look forward to a brand new animated film from Disney for sure, so. And boy, with this latest one, it's been a long time coming, but boy, I think I guess it's finally time to officially talk about it for sure, so. So yeah. I guess with that being said, let's dive right into, of course, this latest animated feature film from Disney that, believe it or not, actually came from, of course, well, Wishing Upon a Star for sure. So yeah, if you can't already tell based on that hint, I think that is, of course, the subject of course, the movie I'm talking about here today, which is none other than Disney's latest animated feature film, Wish. So yeah. That's, of course, what I'm talking about here today. I got to see it earlier today, and, well, here I am officially talking about it for sure, so yeah. It's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Alright, so yeah, before I could go ahead and talk about this latest movie, I guess it is quite obvious for this movie. Yeah, I think pretty much of anything, pretty much for this being the subject matter for Disney's 100th anniversary celebration, let alone their animated feature film to help Disney celebrate this milestone for sure. Honestly, to me, that actually makes a whole lot of sense for sure. I mean, let's really think about it for a second. For every single animated feature film from Disney, from past to present, yeah, they do actually pretty much involve this massive theme that Disney has actually been playing out for sure, which has actually been quite a massive staple for sure. That being, of course, follow your dreams and even pretty much wish and have your pretty much have your heart's desire fully granted for sure. So yeah, that's actually a bit of a common theme for the Disney films from past to present, and I actually do admire, of course, what they've actually accomplished, whether it be for better or for worse. So yeah, for them to do their latest animated feature film centered around wishes for sure, let alone the wishing star that's pretty much been in almost every single one of their movies, honestly to me, I think it's actually a really clever idea from what I can gather, because yeah, I think pretty much there's a lot of strong possibilities that you can actually go for with this idea to actually make it incredible for sure. So yeah, even when I knew what I'm actually in for when it was first announced, yeah, I actually got myself really excited to see where they're actually going for sure, just to see how they're going to accomplish that idea to make it all the more presentable. So yeah, even in the trailers from, of course, what I'm actually seeing, it does look like it actually is going to follow through on that. It actually has some really unique ideas, and more importantly, it even actually decided to go back to, of course, the regular Disney formula from the past, as opposed to the new current state of Disney as we speak, which I do felt was actually really quite interesting for sure. Pretty much having a mixture of course, some new and inventive styles, but also throwing ourselves back to the old classic styles when it comes to Disney animation for sure. So yeah, I knew right away from when I actually saw the trailers for sure, including the main one, which, yeah, actually had a whole bunch of downvotes as we speak, which was actually quite shocking because, yeah, Is that really probably the best thing you can actually go for? Seeing the latest trailer for, of course, this movie, and it got so much downvotes? Yeah, I don't think any of the Disney villains would come back and get that many downvotes for sure, so... But what really shocked me is that right around the time the movie finally got released, pretty much this movie actually came out to mostly mixed reviews as we speak. And there's even, pretty much according to, pretty much by the time this video goes live, pretty much currently as of now, pretty much from what I can gather, according to Rotten Tomatoes, this movie has already got itself at about well over 50% as we speak, making it the lowest rating Disney, the lowest rated animated Disney film we haven't actually seen in over 20 years now. Wow! I mean, just, wow! Do I even need to, say that as we, speak? I mean, of course, I'm just as, shocked as, you are, because, yeah, like I said, based on what I've seen the, trailers, yeah, it does look like, it can actually be, good, so, what happened? Yeah, that's my, biggest, question, why I actually, mentioned that out loud. It's just, what happened? But I guess if anything, I'm still willing to give you guys what I actually thought about this film, so that's exactly what I'm going to give to all of you guys, so. But yeah, regardless of course, that big of shock from, of course, what I've actually seen, I'm sorry, I still can't get over it as we speak, so. Okay, get myself back on track. Okay. Don't over-exaggerate. Don't freak out. Let's get right on to what I actually thought of this film, so, but yeah, I guess if anything, regardless of course, what's actually happened, I still decided to, of course, go and see this, movie for, myself, just to, see, if, they're alright, or maybe I might disagree in saying that I think this movie is good, so... So yeah, I did manage to get myself in to officially see this movie as we speak, and, well, I just literally got back from seeing it earlier today, and, well, now that I finally got the chance to see it, what do I think of this movie now that I finally got the chance to do so? Well... I know you're gonna be surprised when I actually say this, but... pretty much on what I thought about this movie, I actually liked it. No, I'm dead serious. Yeah, I thought this movie was good. No, wait, hold on. Do not press the back button or the X button or whatever button to close out your internet browser. So yeah, don't touch it. Don't touch it. But yeah, I guess if anything, yeah, honestly, despite what, of course, what I've actually seen from the critics' point of view, my personal opinion, yeah, I do surprisingly like this movie for what it is. I mean, okay, don't get me wrong, it's not really as great as I hoped it would be, but for what it is, I do surprisingly like it for what it is. Similar to, of course, yeah, I'm pretty much giving this similar vibe. I'm, of course, giving with, of course, what I thought about the Five Nights at Freddy's movie last month for sure, but it's true. Yeah, this movie is not great, but I do think it's actually pretty good. No! Don't you dare close out your internet browser after I said that, so don't do that. Ah! No! 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 But yeah, I guess it is, of course, why thought for sure, so... So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. Alright. Okay, so So yeah, now that I've got the short version out of the way, and yeah, seeing how I guess all of you are surprised based on what I've actually said for sure, I'm pretty sure you wanted to know why. Yeah, I think that's probably the best way I can say it. So yeah, why you may ask? I think I might as well go ahead and explain for sure, so yeah, I guess we might as well start off with, of course, all the things I need to talk about this film with, of course, for starters, the story, and honestly, from, of course, what I've actually seen, especially pretty much in the trailers, story-wise, honestly, on paper, I do think it is actually a really clever story from what I can gather for sure, and it actually does have some really unique ideas from what I've actually seen to actually make it incredible for sure, so yeah. Like I said, pretty much, if anything, pretty much combining the stuff we've seen in the modern animated Disney films, but also giving a nice throwback and pretty much a back to basics style, pretty much giving off this old style like we've seen in the previous animated Disney films in the past for sure, and yeah, pretty much on paper, I do think it actually is actually very creative, and it actually can give us something really good for sure. While in execution, on the other hand, well, some parts of it I think are actually done brilliantly well, while other times I just kind of felt they were very lackluster to say the least, and I just don't think it really does keep up with the flow of course, this movie for sure, So yeah, I guess it's pretty much what I could say for the story for sure. I mean, to be fair, it's not bad by all means, nor not really that good for sure, but maybe I guess, if anything, I'm a little bit more on the middle-of-the-road type of style with, of course, the story for, of course, this movie for sure, so. And, of course, for the writing as another aspect I can say, yeah, now, like I said, with its story, I do think, pretty much on paper, I do think pretty much the film's writing does have some really good ideas for sure. But again, I just kind of felt that writing-wise, pretty much it's not executed properly. Almost like pretty much there are some bits and pieces that I just don't think actually flowed out well and fits in well with the movie's pacing. And most of the dialogue is pretty much not really as engaging or as pretty much empowering to make it stand out from what I can gather, So yeah, maybe I guess with a little bit more rewrites here and there, pretty much like fix up most of the dialogue and of course give off some funny jokes and the comedy, yeah, all that sort of stuff. I think it could have actually worked a whole lot better to say the least, so. But yeah, like I say, it's not terrible from what I could gather, but I do think it could have been, you know, fixed up a whole lot more to make it incredible for sure, so. But hey, that's pretty much what I can gather on my part, so there's no use arguing on that front, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say for those two aspects in a nutshell. Does have some great stuff on paper, but I think it could have been much better in execution from what I can gather, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. Alright. Alright, so yeah, now that I've got those two out of the way, I think I might as well go ahead and talk about the next couple of things I need to talk about, which are, of course, the characters, and honestly, from what I can gather, if there's anything positive that I can say about this movie for sure, yeah, pretty much one of many things that I can say is that I do think the characters actually are quite nice for sure. Yeah, I mean, I know for sure they're not great characters by all means, but I do think they actually are really good, and they're actually giving pretty much a bit of development that I could get myself into for sure. And yeah, let's not forget to mention on how much they've actually pulled off to actually make them likable and interesting for sure, which, yeah, to me, I think still works well for sure. Like, I still love the massive amount of determination from Asha, our main character, and I love the pretty much the charming and yet villainous persona given to King Magnifico, and that's just to name me a few, of course, my part, and yeah, let's not forget to mention, pretty much, since this movie is about the Wishing Star, they actually did incorporate a character, which is, well, Star, and to me, I actually do think Star is actually a pretty adorable character in this movie for sure. Yeah, pretty much, if anything, I think from what I can gather, pretty much Star is definitely one of those characters I could just definitely cuddle up for sure. And I also do love for the fact that pretty much Star's character is mostly expressed through facial expressions with, of course, no dialogue given whatsoever, to which, honestly, to me, I do think it's actually a really clever idea, and I think this movie really did a fine job being, of course, doing exactly that. So yeah, I guess I do have to really give Disney credit for, of course, actually giving no dialogue to Star for sure, because, yeah, honestly, were you really expecting pretty much a Wishing Star to have a massive speaking role in this movie? I don't think so, but yeah, I'll give Disney credit for that. I do think it's actually a really clever idea, and if that idea actually pops up in the next anime feature film in the similar vibes that we got with Star, I would definitely pay big bucks to actually see that for sure, So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say for the characters for sure, and of course for the actors that came on board to play all these characters. Honestly, to me, I do think they actually are really good fits to play all these characters, and I do think they actually give off some pretty good performances on my part for sure. Probably the two that I really do admire the most would definitely have to be, will of course have to be Ariana DeBose as Asha. She actually really did a fantastic job in making Asha a pretty much a compatible and likable character for sure, which I really do admire, and of course, let's not forget to mention, I really do love the villain, King Magnifico, who here is played by Chris Pine, and yeah, honestly to me, I have mad respects for Chris Pine for sure. I do think he actually is actually a really good actor for sure, and I guess in the case of this movie, I think he actually does make a really good villain for sure, and yeah, like I said, Pine's performance really is a massive standout for sure, pretty much going in between incredibly charming and likable to very villainous and devious at the same time. It really is quite interesting for sure, and yeah, I guess I know he's not the only Disney villain who has actually had that for sure. There are plenty of others that have that similar aspect for sure, and I really do think Chris Pine did give off a really good enough performance to make King Magnifico work for sure, which I do really admire for sure. So yeah. And the rest of the actors, from what I could gather, yeah, like I said, they did give off some pretty good performances for sure that I really do admire entirely. So yeah, those are, of course, what I can say for both the characters and the actors for sure. I do think they are actually brilliantly well done for sure. Again, not great, but I do think they are actually good for sure. So yeah. That's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. Alright. Alright, so now that I've got those two out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about? Actually, a whole lot for sure. So I guess for starters, well, I guess seeing how this is an animated Disney movie, I think it makes sense to talk about the animation, and I will have to say for sure, I think pretty much from what I'm seeing, the animation in this movie is just actually really incredible for sure. Probably the best way I can describe it is that pretty much the way they've actually showcased the animation, if you actually seen the clips and the trailers, it pretty much decided to go for a nice style of course, the CG animation that we've seen in the recent animated Disney films that we've actually got, but also mixing in with some elements of the traditional 2D hand-drawn animation we've seen in the past Disney films for sure, and yeah, to me, I think it actually is a really great blend for sure. From what I'm actually seeing, it actually really is something I couldn't get enough of for sure. Like, I really love the way the characters are designed, and how well they're given to, of course, this nice outlined pretty much drawing given to all of them to make them stand out, alongside with some pretty interesting textures they actually throw in to really figure it all for sure. To also the backgrounds and stuff through some nice watercolor paintings from what I can gather, which actually is pretty much a great blend for sure, and I really do admire on the fact that this movie really did pretty much a really fantastic enough job to really accomplish that for sure, and let's not forget to mention, pretty much, with, of course, the textures, as I mentioned earlier, and, of course, the colors and stuff, actually, really does make it all the more incredible for sure. So yeah, that's what I can say for the animation on that front, while the visuals and the effects to go alongside it, again, I do think it really does do a fine job, and of course, what it has to do on, of course, that front for sure, and yeah, everything about it just blends in perfectly, and I do admire, of course, the way they've actually accomplished that for sure. So yeah, I can definitely tell on a visual standpoint, I really love the way this movie actually looks for sure. So yeah, I guess that's what I can say for that front, and of course, well, pretty much, I think we might as well talk about the one thing that I know a lot of us are really excited to talk about, which are, of course, the music and the songs for sure. So yeah, pretty much, since it's pretty much one part of it wants to go back to basics, kind of makes sense to throw in some songs for sure, because yeah, you can't have an animated Disney film without songs for sure, and boy, there are a lot of great ones from what I can gather, and yeah, I really mean that when I say it. The music and the songs in this movie are actually probably great for sure. Yeah, pretty much everything from what I've actually heard from a music standpoint, it really is really incredible for sure. Like, of course, This Wish is the perfect anthem for, of course, this movie. And, of course, the villain song, This Is the Thanks I Get, is absolutely brilliant, and I love the way it's actually thrown out, and I've also got myself really intrigued through the melody throughout the song I'm a Star, and of course I really do love the nice and unique beats, and of course two of the ones I really do admire, Welcome to Rosas and Knowing What I Know Now. So yeah, that's just to name me a few, of course, my part for sure. So yeah, pretty much of anything, the music and the songs, I really do admire, of course, this movie. It is brilliantly well done, in fact, so much so that I may actually think about getting the soundtrack for, of course, this movie, whether it be the regular version on CD, or I would go on to Apple Music and actually buy the deluxe edition of the soundtrack for sure. But yeah, either way, or even better yet, why not both? So yeah, that's how much I really do admire the music and the songs, of course, this movie, and yeah, pretty much since I mentioned both versions, whichever I would actually get, I know for sure that I would love to get the soundtrack to, of course, this movie for sure, So yeah, I guess that's what I can say for the music and the songs, and the direction this movie from the film's directors. Well, to me, they're not bad, to say the least, but not really that good either. But yeah, it's mainly middle of the road down to me. Maybe it could have been a whole lot more stronger from what I could gather to make the film stand out more, but of course, it's exactly what we got in a nutshell for sure. So yeah, and of course, pretty much the film has some brilliant cinematography. It has each and every camera shot is actually done pretty well, and I really do admire that. And yeah, and of course for the film's editing, again, it's not bad to say the least, but it's fine from what I could gather. Maybe some parts of it I do think could have been edited out a whole lot more for sure, but it is, again, fine, so yeah, and of course, the references and the callbacks to, of course, the pretty much the past Disney films for sure, because yeah, they really wanted to go all along out for of course this movie for sure, to which honestly the references and the callbacks to the past animated Disney films for sure, well, that too can be a mixed bag for me. Some of them are, of course, very clever, of course, what I could gather, while others, on the other hand, I just kind of felt they were way too forced from what I can gather, almost like, yes, we get it, please shut up, so yeah, that's pretty much what I could say, of course, that up front for sure, so yeah, I guess with everything that I've actually said for sure, yeah, I think that's probably the best way I can actually describe this movie overall, so yeah. That's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. Alright. Alright, so yeah, overall, yeah, I do have to disagree with the critics on, of course, that front for sure, because yeah, I'll be honest, I was very shocked based on the early reviews this movie got, but after seeing it myself, I actually am convinced that I do have to disagree on, of course, that front, because yeah, Wish may not be as great as I hoped it would be, but from what I can gather, it is actually a really good enough movie from what I can gather, and yeah, I guess that is probably the best way I can describe this movie for sure. It's not perfect by all means, but I do think it is actually a good movie all the way, and certainly a fine little love letter to almost everything that we love about Disney for sure, because yeah, were you really expecting something a little bit more from what I could gather? Honestly, to me, yeah, part of me did kind of wish we would be expecting more from, of course, these guys to really pretty much celebrate their 100th anniversary with a massive bang for sure, but yeah, I guess with, of course, what we've actually got with, of course, this film, I do think it is actually good enough, I suppose, so yeah, it's not really anything that great for sure, but I do think it is good enough and harmless enough from of course, my standpoint for sure, so yeah. But of course, if anything, I do think this film is well worth checking out for sure, and yeah, I do actually recommend checking this movie out if you actually got the time, so yeah. I know you're not gonna get much from, of course, what I can gather, but of course, if you are looking for a animated Disney film to really give off this theme of course, wishes and stuff, but couldn't actually be all the more great, unlike some of the other Disney films we got from past and present, then I say give this movie a watch. It's definitely worth an hour and a half of your time for sure, so... And I guess I know a lot of you guys may or may not be disappointed with, of course, the short Once Upon a Studio not being played before this movie for sure. And honestly, I was expecting, I was expecting that short to play right before the this movie for sure. But yeah, of course we sadly didn't, which does kind of suck. But hey. On its own, I do think this movie is well worth checking out for sure. So yeah, it's not perfect by all means, but for this to help Disney celebrate their 100th anniversary, I say this is definitely one wish that I think is definitely worth granting. So yeah, for my final score, yeah, I guess I'll be nice on this one. I'll give it an 8 out of 10 as my final score. So yeah, not really the best I've actually seen from Disney from what I could gather, pretty much nor even pretty much for this year entirely. But I do think this is actually a good enough movie, and I still like it for what it needs to be for sure. Which, yeah, I guess it is actually quite thing. Of course, that front for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that I can say for, of course, this movie for sure. And, well, yeah, I guess if anything, I do applaud Disney for celebrating their 100th anniversary for sure. But, of course, at the same time, I guess we could have gotten something a whole lot more incredible from what I can gather. So yeah, hopefully by next year, once they actually do fix themselves up from, of course, the disasters they've actually been putting out for sure, and especially with their next animated feature film that'll be coming up for sure, maybe we could get something a whole lot more great for sure. But I guess until then, I say this movie is definitely well worth checking out for sure. And like I said, if you got the time, definitely go see it, guy. Yeah, I say it'll be worth an hour and a half of your time, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright, so yeah, I guess on that thought, that'll pretty much do exactly that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and I think I might as well go ahead and ask, what do you think of Wish? Do you actually really liked it and thought it was a not great but good enough movie for what it is? Or do you absolutely hate it and think Disney should just stop all together and give us something a whole lot more great because of the massive amount of crap we've actually been getting? Or are you somewhere in between where you actually thought this movie was okay? So yeah, let me know in the comment section below. I would definitely love to know what you guys think. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video. And, well, now that we got the movies for November out of the way, I guess we're nearing the end of course, this year, people. So yeah, definitely tune in to December next month because, yeah, I've got a whole batch of movies that I want to see before this year wraps up. So I gotta make sure to make that one count for sure. So what I say I'm gonna be talking about for December, you're just gonna have to tune in to find out. So yeah, I'll definitely see you guys in December. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/Ackleyattack427's to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, Ackleyattack4427's@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyattackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.